Yes. Okay. Quiet. Thank you. Now, the reason why I call this Life Lessons 101 is because these are all the things that I've acquired in my 20 years on this earth. I remember the first mistake I've ever made, and I still make this mistake up to this day, so it really wasn't a lesson that I've learned. I learned it, but I still do it up to this day. I remember whenever we first moved to our first house, very first house that we ever lived in. And my mom decided to press my hair for pictures. Now I grabbed the towel and everything, grease, comb, and I don't know if anybody still remembers these, but I still have the irons that you put on the stove, heat it up, and you put it on your hair. I still have those up to this day, and I highly doubt that I'll ever get rid of them. What was it? Well, my mom went through my hair, greased through it, everything. And then the grease got heated up and did what it did. It fell on my leg. So, as a child, I know I was supposed to scream, but I just said, and I wiped it off and I kept playing in it. And my mom did the stereotypical thing to pop my hand and told me not to do that. Don't play in a scab. So I was like, okay. Over the course of a few days, it actually formed into a scab. And the more I kept trying to pick it, my mom would pop my hand and tell me don't do it. As a child, I know you're supposed to listen to mommy. You're supposed to listen. But, of course, I did not. One day, while I was in the room with my brother, I picked my scab and it... Okay, now actually... The more I think about it, I think it was the fact that I was a kid. Whenever you're a kid, things seem more than what they are. Like blood, it looks like blood is going everywhere, but it's really not. I think there was one of those moments, and I panicked and I ran to my mom. My mom, of course, laughed at me. And then she said, "I told you not to pick a scab." So she took me into her bathroom and grabbed rubbing alcohol, poured it all over a napkin, and slapped it right on my boo-boo. I screamed. But it's funny because I didn't scream whenever the grease landed on my leg. I know, stupid, but that's so weird. Anyways, and after that, she took it off. She put a Band-Aid on it and told me not to pick my scabs because it could cause an infection. I'll probably have to have my leg cut off. Yes, my mom was that type of parent. She would get like that. And I thought I was dramatic. Mommy, that's okay. But I still didn't learn my lesson because up to this day I still pick my scab. I know it's a bad habit. No one should ever have this habit at all. But life happens. And that was wow. Rather unfortunate. And it's not like the time I had one girl, I literally let her step all over me. Like, for real. I laid down in the not in the middle of the street, but at the middle of the sidewalk, and I asked this girl to step all over me. I literally looked her in the eye and said, "Step all over me. Squish me." She did. I bled. It was all on my elbow, though. It's like she did the most damage to my elbow more than anything. And I went to my Aunt Mary, and she poured some hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide all over it. It did like a big old bubble. It popped, and next thing you know, she gave me a gummy and told me to go back outside. She didn't even put a Band-Aid on it. She just poured peroxide on it, and it did like a big boop. And she gave me a gummy and told me to go right back outside, and I did. I act like nothing ever happened. The things I've learned. Well, of course, that's of day. Yeah, hopefully I'll be back for more. If not, the worst has happened. Bye.